So guys, since Morris knocked over some of the pots from the red shelves, I didn't have a chance to clean them thoroughly, so I wanted to do that today. They're pretty messy. And then I wanted to check some of the pots that I was thinking they might be root bound, and I just pulled this one out, and look, it's very root bound from this little pot. So I'm just going to separate a few aloes from here. And allow these new young yellows to get more light. Beautiful distressed colors they get. This one actually broke off, which is not a problem, they root easily. So and I brought some extra soil, and then extra plants that I have I will probably take to the plant room. Some will go for sale and some maybe gonna go to another pot. Why don't I just break this apart a little bit because it's moving. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. I think this is gonna be better for it. I already removed some of the debris from this one. All right, so that one's good to go, just a little bit of cleaning. Here is my bucket here with some Dawn detergent and a towel to clean thoroughly the shelves. And I'm going to start taking everything off, kind of examine all of the plants and if they need to be repotted. These blooms are done from Crassula springtime, and I might remove them because they attract mealybugs a lot. Okay guys, so I'm just cleaning some dead leaves and I removed some of the blooms here. This one, I just don't like how it looks. It's constantly been leaning on one side. So I'm actually considering resetting this pot. I do have some cuttings that I took from that plant that look really nice, that bloomed, and some are preparing to bloom. So I don't know, maybe I'm gonna make a new pot of these. So let's do some chopping. I really don't like how this looks. So I'm gonna just take some cuttings. It's early spring and I'm sure they're gonna be all right. I'm gonna have one looking like that one side look, then I'm gonna have rooted here, and then the rest of it just gonna become cuttings. All right, I have a pot ready, so I'm just gonna tuck these cuttings in there. I think that these are so cute. I love those like a darker green edges on the leaves. Aren't they pretty? You know, my rule is you can never have enough of Crassulas. That's it. I suppose if you're a fan of Echeverrias, you can say the same thing. I think I have fit them all in. So cute. Like it. Right, guys? And here is alcohol. So I'm gonna do some spraying here. Mealybugs. You know, today is a little bit warmer weekend, and we had yesterday, I think, 69 degrees. In the Conservatory, it's much more. That's Fahrenheit, so that would be like, what, 20 Celsius? And as soon as it starts warming up, mealybugs are back. They do not like cold, for sure. So, yeah. All right, so I wanted to rearrange some things a little bit. I was trying to figure out what to put on the top of the shelves. And I'm starting to think that maybe this one would look nice. I was trying out those side-looking Repestris, but then I'm thinking maybe this will look nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this one there. And then on this second shelf, as you can see, I have moved the baby's necklace. That is just adorable, so pretty. I'm gonna place this one, Crassulas Springtime, next to it. I think I'm gonna move this Aloe on this shelf where actually it was before, so I can have a space for these, one of these Crassulas Repestris. So I suppose this Aloe could go here. I'm trying to find a nice angle, maybe like this. All right. I would love to get this Euphorbia to be visible because it's so beautiful. And it had mealybugs before winter time, but it recovered. So I'm just gonna pick up some debris, just the dead leaves. So I'm gonna send my cameraman for the water. Thank you. Okay. So I'm gonna place this one right here. And then I decided to reset this variegated Crassulas string of buttons. I don't like how it looks. Has some dried up leaves. So I'm just gonna pull some bottom leaves and place it in here. I'm expecting to root quick because it is early spring and they start to actively grow during that time. I think it's gonna look much better. These are a little bit longer branches, so they do sometimes take a little bit more time than the short branches, of course, but in Conservatory, I feel like everything roots pretty fast. What a beautiful colors here on top. Look at these perfect sets of leaves that are new growth. Really nice. So you could leave this bottom of this one and it will probably produce some growth, but I'm not because I want to clean up these red shells to look really nice. We're doing a lot of projects lately. I'm just hoping that I can slow down in the half a year or so and just not to do as many things, especially when we get the rocks for the desert on, hopefully. So there's few little cuttings that are just a new growth. Look at how nice and perfect they are. So I'm gonna tuck those somewhere in the middle here. There's one more here. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe I'm gonna leave this in a plant room. And yeah, we'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna place this one, I think next to that spot here, just it's pretty. Taking everything down. And then I use my towel. This is just maybe half a teaspoon of Dawn detergent with water. And sometimes I spray with alcohol shelves as well, but right now I don't see mealybugs. So I'm just gonna push this soil on the bottom, and then later I'm gonna clean underneath, sweep underneath. So guys, I finished the first 4 rows and I decided to stop because I have some more things to do and it's Sunday. This is my second time I came this week, but you can see this is much better. These 2 rows, this is 3rd one and the 4th one that I finished. Thoroughly cleaned, placed them, sprayed against pests. I have 3 more big rows to clean up, so I'm just going to do that in a few days. So guys, this ghost plant, if you watch my past videos from a few years ago, I purchased really for a really great price, and I propagated from it over and over and over again. And actually, since I brought it to Conservatory, it kind of lost a lot of color. There was no pink and purple, it was just blue, which I was really surprised considering that usually here there is more light than at home. Anyway, I don't think it's been happy for a while, and I just decided to reset it. So I'm going to actually take whatever babies I can take from here, and then I'm going to throw away the roots because I think it's really, really root bound. And yeah, so I'm just going to be taking cuttings and placing them in this pot here, restarting it. Cleaning some debris. I'll probably have more than 1 pot here. For sure, there is a lot of cuttings. Trying not to touch it a lot. It's cold again here in Michigan. We had such a beautiful weekend a week ago with like almost 70 degrees, and the last few days is below freezing. It's super duper cold again, and it's snow outside, even though it's March. And we're so ready for spring. Everything is awake though here in the desert dome. There is a lot of growth happening. Try to tuck in some smaller ones here in the middle. All right, I think that's it. Have to clean these up. I have to get another pot for this. But I also wanted to show you this, guys, here. I wanted to take care of this for a while. We have a lot of it around the desert dome. I actually really need one of these big terracotta pots for Euphorbia that I want to put in in an area that's warmer, because euphorbias don't do very well here in the desert dome because the temperature goes down pretty low. So I want to use this pot, throw away the root system. I'm just going to take the cuttings here because we have a lot of this aloe, and I don't really have to save the original plant. Just I think I'm going to remove any of these damaged leaves. I really like when this climbing aloe gets the bonsai look and gets these bare stems. But I don't like when it has so many brown yellow leaves. And this one had, I think, scale or not scale. I forgot. It had one of the pests here. The shorter they are, the easier they root, so this is gonna probably root faster. But I never have problems with the aloes and agaves, they root so fast. Okay. Let's see what we have here. This one stretched a bit. You see, guys, this spacing, so that doesn't look the best. Probably didn't have enough light here on one side that was toward the wall. So guys, as you can see, as I cut down some of these stems that have a lot of debris and two cuttings, this actually doesn't look too bad. I mean, I could possibly leave this spot, I'm considering. Even though I really need one bigger terracotta pot. This actually doesn't look too bad. I think I'm going to still cut some of these bigger stems. Maybe come back to it. Right? Not so bad. All right. Maybe I'm going to leave it because I don't know how much time I'm going to have today. I want to use some of these. Let me show you where. You see this big arrangement that I made? So these black gems have not been doing good in this arrangement. I love how this one looks in the arrangement, but the black gem all the time has dry leaves. And that Hawortias also have not been happy. So I'm going to pull those out. Then I'm going to put a few of those aloes that I just propagated. And maybe some Echeverias. I think that's going to look better. So that's the plan. So I'll just pick a few of these. So I'm going to go around. All right, so I'm just trying to pull these out. Unfortunately, I think that the roots got kind of connected with the other plants. So this is not going to be easy. Okay, it's definitely moving. All right, this whole thing came out. I will have to, wow, it's fine. Just going to pull some debris out. Need to add some soil here. And then, let's see, I'm going to chop this one. I don't like how it looks. There is these babies that are left that are close to the soil level. I'm going to leave those. I'm going to pull this one that always looks dry. These are Hawortias that don't seem to be happy here. And then I'm thinking to add some aloes here, these, and then these red ives. We're supposed to get rocks soon for the desert dome, and I don't want to leave any plants here when people are dumping the rocks to get damaged. So I'm going to move that red ives here in the pot. So I'm just going to tuck in here a few of these aloes. Okay, and then pulling this red ives from here, from the ground. Look how beautiful it is. These are just some that I brought from my house that were not doing the best. And they just completely recovered here. So I'm going to permanently sleeve them because Desert Dome and Conservatory didn't have red ives. Can you believe that, not having red ives? It's one of my favorite succulents. Just cleaning some debris. This is not super deep pots. So, well, at least for now, I hope that they're going to be okay. Oh my gosh, look at this, guys. Look at all these little babies growing. paradise. One here, then there is one here. And this one rooted on the ground. So I could actually chop this off and have two separate. Just gonna lightly tuck it in. I already like this. It's better than it was. I'm hoping that this string of buttons that I brought from my home, cuttings, will fill up more this space. And there is a little area here. I can always add a little bit more aloe or just leave it as it is so that they can have space to fill out here. So guys, I did this arrangement, I don't even know if it's half a year or a year ago. And these climbing aloes did great. They were cuttings. I had some of this Graptosedum here, few cuttings of my Repestris Crassula, and then I brought here Kalanchoe flapjack, and you can see how it didn't like being in the desert dome. And it completely makes sense because Kalanchoe plants like to be watered more often, which these plants couldn't be watered more often because it's around freezing temperatures here. So this is not a good place for Kalanchoe plants here in the desert dome. So I'm going to pull out what's left. I believe that there is some still viable, healthy plants here, even though it looks messy. And I'm going to move them to red shelves where I believe in a pot, if they're watered regularly, maybe they can perk up. There's some still, they're quite dehydrated here. And what I'm going to tuck in here, well, maybe I'm going to add some more Graptosedum. Loves being here in the desert dome. So maybe I'm going to do that to fill it up. So guys, here is the final look of this pot here. I'm going to show you how much plants I actually have left out of this plate because it fills up really quickly. Here's what's going on with the aloe. Climbing aloe for now, I decided I'm going to leave this pot. You can see it's pretty full, not a lot of debris visible, so I'm okay with that. The small pot of propagations is here, just right above this pot. And then look at how many I have still left. I think probably I'm going to propagate all these for sale. This is the second pot that I was filling up with these. As you can see, there is a tiny little leaf propagations all over. So it's going to take a little time to pull all of them out and then throw away these. Some of them are like quite dead. So I think there is still life in this plant, but I just don't like how it looks. And I don't like how it looks in the desert dome because I want things to look nice here. And here it is, guys. This is all pulled out of that big arrangement. So I'll take that to the plant room as well. So yeah, that's it for now. I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you for watching.